Yo, what's up, guys? So quickly, we're going to go over how to build your web page. So the starting steps that you need for it. So just pay attention, make sure you're on the same screen as me, and then we'll keep adding to it. But again, we're building a web page today using Google Sites. So it's a lot of fun, and it's very easy to use, very user-friendly. So first things first, you need to make sure that you're logged in. Like it says up here, it has a picture of me, so I know I'm logged in with my ComptonUSD.net email. I'm going to go to google.com like it says, so you should have this home page. It looks like you're going to come to these little thingamajiggies here. These are Google Apps, so I'm going to left click on this, and I'm going to go down to a thing that looks like this called Sites. I'm going to click on that, left click. Give it a second for it to load. Alright, there we go. So this is what our home page is going to be for good when we come to this. Anytime you want to go to your Google Sites once you build it, you can either go this way and click something else, or you can go to your My Drive and it'll be sitting there. But for this purpose now, we're going to create it today. So you're going to go to the top left where it says Create, the red button, left click. You'll have an option between In Classic Sites and In New Sites. Let's go with the In New Sites because there's a lot of extra stuff that they've put in to make it easier, so we're going to go with that one. Then I let it build for a second, do its thing. So much fun waiting. You can think about the meaning of life, everything else. Excellent. Okay, as it loads, so this is our working page that we're going to use. The first thing that I would ask you to do is I would go to the top left here where it says Untitled Site, and I would definitely write your full name. And then if you're US History, USH. If you are Econ or Gov, do that. So purposes of that, I'll just put classes. Fair enough. Excellent. So now it has a domain. We got to do that first off. What we're going to do now is we're going to add pages because we have a web page, now a home page. We got to add separate pages. So everyone's been on different websites and you can click around on different tabs and see things. So we're going to add pages. So if you follow me here, we're on this insert. See how it has the underlined blue? We're going to go to pages and we're going to click that. So now I know it's on it because it's underlined and it's highlighted in blue. So I'm on my home page here. Awesome. I need to add more pages. So I'm going to go down to this little plus button and I'm going to click it, left click, and it'll bring that up. For us, we're going to need a notes page, and then we're also going to need every page for every unit that we do. So I'm not going to do them all, but for example, I'm going to add another one, and I'm going to click Unit 1. Whatever that is corresponds, totally fine. So I'll show you here. Right now we're going to need 5 because we each have 3 units, but eventually you'll keep adding more. The whole point is that when you add a page, you go to the pages, and you go down here to the plus sign, add new page. Very simple. So now the blue highlights what page you're working on in that moment. So right now I'm working on Unit 1. Cool, no problem. What I want to do now is, first things before I teach you how to make it awesome and create it and make it beautiful in your own, we got to put some content in there. So how I'm going to do this is, if you remember, we've put our worksheets in your My Drive and you've made your own separate folder. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to this thing that says My Drive. I'm going to left click it. What it'll do is it'll open up your Google Drive and everything in here for you. Some of us have not put things in folders, some of us have, so you know where it's at. Obviously for me, I have a lot of things in folders, so I would just go to my folder, I'd double click it, and I'd go around and I'd start looking for my stuff. So let's say, for example, right now, this file here, this DBQ template, was what I wanted to put in. I'm just going to left click it. It can come down, you can click Insert, or you can double click, whatever you want. So for this purpose, I'm going to say left click Insert, and you watch, it'll come over here. Excellent. So it's there. What I would say is that usually you want to try to keep 2 per line just because it makes it easier, and what's really cool about this is I can drag it, I can make it bigger, everything, and then if I wanted to put it in another file, I could come over here, go back, and let's say I want to put in, I don't know, I want to put in this. I just double click twice. I'm going to X out here so that way it makes it, and notice it already creates a new line for me. What I simply do is I just drag it up to where I want it. So now I have 2 per line if I want. People have asked too how I make it bigger or smaller. Then I just adjust there. May have a little bit of a lag, but just work with it. Just know that you're a second or 2 off. Just be patient with technology. Perfect. There we go. Excellent. Now I click off it. When it's on a live version, when it's on the web page, then you'll be able to click and scroll through this, make it super easy. So right now you can come up here, you can change the image, You can upload an image if you want. You can select an image. You can do whatever you want to really make it your own. In the background here too, you can even add an image behind things. You can color it, all that stuff. You can even go over here if you click on this thing called themes to the right. You can change the way it looks in terms of the font, the color scheme, everything like that. So really, my suggestion would be make it your own. My last recommendation is you need to go back to your home page there, and this is where you're going to make it all about yourself, because we can't sell a web page if it's not personalized. If no one wants to get past the first page, they're not going to look at stuff. So we want to use that and we want to go with it. So what we're going to do here is I always remember I go back to insert once I'm on my page, because that's where I add everything. So if you scroll down here and you see these layouts, it shows kind of different patterns. So like this one per se has 2 pictures in text, this one has 1 picture, this one has 4 pictures. If you want to just drag it over, very simple, it'll drop, cool. So now it says that. I can go in here, I can add from my drive, I can pull up a picture, I can upload, I can get something from YouTube if I want. So if I know, or I think I'm super famous in my own world, even though I'm not, I'm going to type in my name, and I know I have videos on YouTube, so cool. I would just double click and it'll drop in the YouTube video there. You can do the same thing for photos, everything. Whole point of this page though is to make it personalized for your own purposes. So really write a little bio about yourself, write about who you are, write what to expect from you, maybe what your future goals are, something like that. But your home page is your page that you put your stuff in here. Make a catchy quote or put your name, something like that. But again, this is your own ability to really make it the way you would want it to be to sell it to someone. So that's the tutorial on that one. When you're done, then you would click publish here. And the way the publish thing works is you would just click yes, so that's going to be your domain there. You would click publish, cool, it's published. Every time you click publish, it updates that. So if I'm working on this right now, doing everything, making changes, adding new pages, and I don't click publish, the final version on the web, World Wide Web, won't show until I re-click publish again. So it's a nice way to work on your changes without having to show people. And eventually I'll show you how we go to the publish site, we get the link and we turn it in, but that's for another tutorial. So I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, anything, send me a reminder, ask. Do watch the other videos though for Google Drive, because I have it there to teach you how to upload photos to your drive. Yes, that is it. You will all do great, because I've seen a lot of good web pages already. So good luck. All right.